just wrote it down this week incorrectly.
Alright, well anyways, yeah, for those who don't know, we've been playing D&D quite poorly, I'll say, on the side. Every Sunday, it's been a bit of fun. Or not every Sunday, every second Sunday, I guess. And, what was it? We leveled up on our last one after I got the killing blow on the boss! Because I'm a boss. Rolling those D20s when it matters. Anyways, hold on that for now. We are going to spawn here in the top right corner of the map. It's the decider match. It's the qualifier match. One of these two will go through qualified to Dreamhack, and we'll see which one. In the top right, it's going to be the Yellow Terran player, Semper.
In the bottom left, as the green Protoss, it's HuK.
Zombie Grub, please.
Just copying what he was doing.
Alright, so HuK's a good player. He's definitely the more popular of the two. He's cast, he's seen a lot of matches. But the thing is, as much as I do like HuK, I'm actually feeling for Semper in this one. He's got everything going against him, Protest being good versus Terran, all that good stuff, HuK being a better player objectively, blah, blah, blah. But Semper has really come into his own in Legacy of the Void. We referenced him earlier in the cast today, and I still stand by that, saying he is one of the players who has turned his career for the best with all of the Legacy of the Void games he's been playing. Mediocre Terran at best before, great Terran in Legacy of the Void.
Yes. But I'm really not sure what the balance of this matchup is. It was extremely imbalanced at one point. But now it's not so bad.
It's funny too, because just so people are aware, I've told this story a couple times on stream, but we always say that about Semper. We're like, all right, this guy was nothing special. He's an okay player. Who cares about him in HOTS? But he's great in Legacy. And I asked him at HOTS every time, I was like, do you ever listen to our cast? Like, do you ever get mad that we say this shit? He's like, I don't really care. And that made me feel really good, because I kind of thought like this guy would be listening to his stream, listen to the VOD, and be like, oh, these guys are real dicks to me all the time. What did I do to them?
My man.
My man.
Actually, speaking of which, I guess Desro got knocked out at some point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like Desro has not really been the hardcore player he once was.
Well, yeah.
He's better than your average Panda Bear, that's for sure, but it's not...
What about Panda Bear me?
What about Panda Bear me?
Is he the average? Is he better than that?
Or are you attempting to make a pun with his name?
Well, you said average than better than average panda, but
see, I was making a joke on Yogi Bear, but Desro is a panda, and
oh, I see. See, I don't do that. I didn't watch that show.
Hey, boo boo, smarter than the average bear. Picnic basket. Nothing? No.
I mean, I know what it all is, but it's not where my mind initially went. My bad.
I'm just gonna go back to agreeing with you. That's a lot more fun. Then I have to explain things. I mean, okay, no, not fun. Let me back that up. That was definitely the incorrect word to use. It was easier.
That's what to say.
It was easier.
Yeah. I disagree with everything you say, actually. Like, oh yeah, that was hilarious, Rifkin. What a good joke, Rifkin.
Are you a villain from Batman? Because you're the Joker.
Are you a villain from Batman? Because you're Two-Face right now. I should use that.
You're
Come
being
back more often. I know exactly who would use that too, actually. Oh, I'm gonna get this person good one day. Okay.
You done? You done? You done. All right, Semper's actually got Marauder production coming up quick here. I think he was expecting Adepts, but HuK's not actually gearing up to do a lot of Adepts. I mean, it might be a Warp Prism a little bit, but it is going to be Stalkers with Blink.
Yeah. Oh, that's odd to see. This is not Heart of the Swarm, HuK.
I mean, we saw a little bit try and make this work before. Just kind of showing it versus Zerg earlier, and it can and does work, I guess, a little bit, but I don't know. Once you kind of clue into what's going on, for Terran at least, you can start getting the right preparations. But yeah, Semper definitely opened this assuming it was going to be a lot of Adepts, and it wasn't.
But if it's not Adepts, I would be really happy. Like, it looks like HuK's going to go into Blink Colossus, and Colossus got their range back but after damage, so if you still have like a decent macro build, which Semper certainly does, and decent control, which he's really showcased Legacy of the Void, I think you can really tear down someone who's going for a Heart of the Swarm build.
Well, actually, you know, when we were watching the Alima League last night, Myung6 showing some really good Phoenix Colossus builds versus Terran. I thought those were actually really strong, really gross looking too. So, would love to see if HuK could maybe pull that off.
It was Phoenix Colossus, which adds a whole other layer of just the annoyingness, whether it's in Heart of the Swarm or Legacy of the Void. Oh, but it's Disruptors! Oh, I like this so much more. They're just so much more exciting.
Okay, so Disruptors are exciting. I'll agree with that, but the question is how to use these. Again, the same problem that we saw with Zerg earlier presents itself with Terran. Even if you've got Stim, chasing into Disruptors is never a good time. But their cooldown is so long, it's going to be really hard to get effective shots off versus Terran. And the other thing of this too is with Marauders having Stim, they can take down the Disruptors really fast before the shot actually detonates.
Oh, I guess he was just trying to hide from the observer, which is kind of cool. Probably wouldn't be able to do that without unloading. HuK is going to be ready for this. The Disruptor needs to be in a pretty safe position, which it is not right now. It's on the front lines.
This question's asking what wins the giveaway. It's going to be when we get to the loser's bracket. I'll open the raffle, I guess, and we'll close the raffle and draw the winner when we finish casting. That's how we'll do that. So there you go. Okay, Stalkers are doing an okay job picking things off for the time being. Semper doesn't really want to dedicate to this, but he does take a third while this goes on. Oh, you know, Aiga's made this look really easy. I wish we would see more Aigas, actually. I'm a little bit sad he doesn't play in weeklies and things like that. But Aigas was doing this thing where Disruptors were not a problem for him because he would just instantly pick up and boost away and just really outplay a lot of the Disruptor usage.
A second starport. Maybe they're going to Disruptors. Or, oh my god. Liberators. To counter, or to help out at least, with the composition HuK's going for.
Are you an old man with Alzheimer's from Batman? Because you forget a lot.
I feel like you could say like, are you what's his face, right? That butler? He was old.
Yeah, but he didn't have Alzheimer's.
No, but one day he could have.
He remembered everything, dude. Master Bruce, I remember when your parents. And it's like, dude, no.
That's true. He was a really good butler.
Alfred was the best.
Anyways.
Alfred became the Joker at one point. Did you know that?
I might have.
Oh,
yeah.
This is bad. This is really bad. This is really bad. Get the heck out of there. Okay, he actually turns this around on HuK. That was so close to being terrible. Meanwhile, he's going to pinch from the other side. So the Stalker's going to try and blink up to the high ground. They will retreat to safety, but this, could have been so bad.
Yeah, they really could have. I'm getting a little bit of a sandwich. This is going to be really hard to control against the Disruptors. Good blink forward, gets a medevac and a Marauder. Decides to go into the main base. Or the third base. All right, that's where the Disruptors are, though.
That's where the Disruptors are. Yeah. No. He will turn this around and kill a lot of Blink Stalkers on the front end of this, though. So, again, Semper's trading this out pretty decently. Getting good kills and not over-dedicating. One of the big things, of course, not having medevacs sniped off like crazy. That's going to help a lot. But even though he's going for the Liberators behind this, well, actually, the Liberator's going to be so good. He's going to lose by... Ooh.
Yeah, and he really can't retreat with those Blink Stalkers. Now, if he could use
actually,
boost,
he could, yeah. Woodline's going to get some more shots. Liberator usage is going to be really key, but he gets the Disruptors off guard with his bio.
Pick it up. Oh, or just dodge it. I did not expect that.
No, neither did I. That's 2 health. He definitely wanted to go for the kill, but I think he knows the Blink Stalkers are coming back. Yeah, so he's going to back away. I was going to say with the Liberators, the problem is you can still have Stalkers blink under them and around them, but that's where Widowmines start getting really important, and that's why we're seeing so much Widowmine dedication, despite the fact there are no Adepts and there are no Zealots in play. Those Widowmines will sit underneath the Liberators and protect them from the Blink Stalkers.
Well, there's good upgrades on the way. Semper started as 2-2. There's going to be a lot of Liberators soon as well. Like, when it's 3 or 5, they can be microed against. But when it comes to 7 or 9, and letting them get across the field too, it's kind of unbeatable.
You're going to have Liberators protecting Liberators is what it comes down to.
Yeah, exactly. Like, it gets to be really good. If HuK is on point with his Blink Stalkers, which is one thing he's definitely usually on point with, and is matching it across the map, forcing him to siege up like he would tanks, that it's a little bit better. But just allowing Semper to get, undetected to a choke with a ton of Liberators, it's gonna be bad.
HuK's also going for a Fleet Beacon, so the idea of carriers is good. It's actually fantastic versus Terran right now, absurdly so. But Fortunately, I don't think the game's going to get to the point where he's going to get to build that many. Semper's coming in for an attack here, and this isn't mild harass. This is actually meant to tear down a base and take a good fight if given the opportunity. Liberator's going to lay down the law here as a line goes down. He's like drawing the line in the sand. It says, come at me, bro.
Oh, and he does come at him. Actually, just blinks sword. Oh, but the disruptors! Wait a minute. I don't know. They didn't hit anything, but I thought one went off on his own stalkers. Like he got trapped or something. Oh, I'm crazy. Oh, it's tipped over.
So this is the problem here with those wood mines are definitely meant to protect the Liberators, but a little bit late to the party, so burrows them up here. Next round of Liberators are on the way, though, and these ones will get protected, maybe. Some Disruptors. Yeah, another Disruptor shot can go off. That one's going to catch a lot of the bio.
Really and all the Liberators unprotected.
Oh, gosh. Semper's starting to fall apart here, really. Like, he's got what is borderline amazing setups for these engagements, but at least he's keeping up with production. It's Tempest, not Carriers, coming up behind this, by the way. I guess the Tempest with their long range will be able to snipe off some of the medevacs and do some good damage.
Semper does have a 4th base and a 5th base, 5th command center here. Interesting to see HuK going to Tempests and Heart of the Swarm. That did end up being the very, very late game composition.
So I feel like with Disruptors keeping the bio at bay with the potential depths underneath this, the depths shouldn't be having too much trouble. I don't know. This is kind of funny to see. We did see Mass Tempest versus the Lycanese Battle Cruiser style, but that's not what's happening.
Oh, Ghosts on the way. These are easier to control now that they have a bit of a speed boost, but still. Oh, wow. Oh my god!
2 birds, 1 scan.
Damn,
alright, he is going to see jump.
A lot of Liberators. Oh my goodness.
Blinks into the Liberators, but once again, going to try and fight with the bio, but running from the Disruptors. You can't outrun the Disruptor. That's what's so frustrating about it.
There's a lot of bio left over. The Tempest is trying to help out. Probably should have just attacked, to be honest, at that point.
I just want to stress one of the things we just saw. They're picking up in the medevac as dangerous as it would have been from the Stalkers will probably mean less bio lost. Because even if you're stimmed and running away, unless you're already a certain distance, and I don't know what that distance is, but unless you're already a certain distance away, you actually can't outrun that little energy ball, the attack, whatever it's called. So for Semper's sake, I mean, he's bleeding out so much bio to these once-off shots that are just absolutely fantastic out of HuK. But, you know, 2-2 for the Terran. Not too bad. There's just so many Stalkers starting to snowball out of control.
Yeah, gonna try and save this command center, but honestly with Blink, it should be dead. If he blinks forward like that, if Semper had been chasing, probably could have trapped him. Maybe a missed opportunity. Loses command center for it.
Alright, well, Semper tries to regain his composure. Keep in mind, he's still going really heavy on the Liberators, and at every given point, he's only been fighting with between 3 and 5. He's never really bulked up that Liberator count that was out of control. If he had, this game might look a little bit different. Yeah,
kept losing him 3 or 4 at a time. It's still just nothing like really but Blink Stalkers. I mean, 2 Tempests, 1 Disruptor. If Disruptors to get a good shot, I think the Bio Ball should absolutely win. I think getting a little too cocky with the size of his army, but I don't actually know about the quality.
Well, I want to see those EMPs come into effect, that's for sure, but oh, I'm gonna run away once again. Marauder goes down here, but that was the only Disruptor, so focusing down the Warp Prism cuts off the reinforcements.
Where are those ghosts, though? They are in there. Vikings are to be made for the Tempests, but honestly, I mean, this is always, it was a problem in Heart of the Swarm, too. Like, you make the Vikings, you might be able to deal with the Tempests. Maybe. Usually, like, Storm and Archons will carry your Vikings. But then your ground army was still beat out by their mass Warpins. And HuK does have the bigger bank right now.
Well, that Liberator had denied some money towards that 5th base gets established while this is going on, but looks like the Bioforce and the main army is going to take care of that, no problem.
There's a lot of Liberators, 6 at a time. I mean, damn. They only do 2 amounts of Tempest on their own.
Ooh, these are not positioned well, though. Blink Stalkers coming from behind, unsieges, but not in time to reposition. EMP! Oh, but there's the Disruptor shots! They're going to get dodged, and now the Bio can turn around on these Stalkers, and that's a lot of damage. Last Disruptor not getting focused. I think he could have focused that down and been a lot more effective, to be honest. But the Vikings take out a couple of the Tempests in the sky, but the Bio's starting to fall to the just sheer quantity of Stalkers on the ground. Mostly Marines, not a lot of Marauders.
Yeah. I mean, it's always those Disruptors. You know, he had 1, not that big of a deal. He had 4, much bigger deal. Always getting at least some shot. Always taking away the damage output of the Bio Ball.
I will say one of the big issues there was, and this is such a hard call to make in a split-second decision like that, so I don't blame Semper, but he was actually already in range with most of his bio on that one disruptor that forced him to split. If he had actually just killed the disruptor, he would have stood his ground and fought, but instead he lost a lot of time running around and splitting.
Yeah. Oh, Tempest take care of Liberators like this. That's certainly what they're there for. I need to be careful with the Marines still, and HuK still, like, the Stalker count is impressive. But it's not like they're super well upgraded at 2-1. They would lose to a Bio Ball with Medevac. So the Disruptors are really well controlled.
I would like to see maybe contemplate leaving these in air mode and just go attack the Tempest head on with that. But he doesn't have the ground to really cover from the Stalkers. He doesn't have any Medevacs really either because he's been producing so many Liberators actually. Didn't even realize that had fallen off.
He does have 3 starports, all with reactors.
Definitely need to see that medevac count back up. Bleeding on some of the bio here, wants to dive in, but the disruptor, good splits out of Semper on that one. Gonna get one of the disruptors maybe? No, HuK's almost like using these as bait. Tempest saying, please come shoot me. Please, I want you to run into this disruptor shot.
I feel like, like he's learning how to split, and these splits, he's gonna figure it out one day, right? And these splits are actually gonna be really good. The disruptors all die. This is what I was expecting to happen at one point or another.
This is gonna get cleaned up. This was really bad engagement out of HuK. I think he thought this was gonna be way better for him. Now he's gonna be able to pick off the Tempest. Nothing to zone out these Marines. Stim forward, my friends.
Yeah, I mean, that was exactly, like, that was the magic, right? The disruptors go away, they're miscontrolled, and then the Blink Stalkers really do not line up well against this, and there wasn't a ton of Tempest, and they weren't covered by storms.
Furthermore, these upgrades, I didn't realize this gotten so out of hand. 3-2 for the Terran. HuK's on 2-1.
Yeah, that Bio Army was always pretty darn scary, and it was just the Disruptors that were keeping it balanced. And after they died, well... The Tempest might just be enough. There aren't that many Marines left over, but now Semper has gotten control of the tempo of this game again. 5 bases.
Yeah, I mean, killing the Disruptors was huge. That's the most expensive thing for HuK to have to replace. The Tempests are actually surprisingly cheap and built fairly quickly. Replacing the Disruptors is going to be the harder part of this. So Semper does take another base. He's got the planetary up here. He's got a large gas bank, so ironically enough, he doesn't actually need to take the Vespian Geysers. He could float his natural base around too if he wants. Maybe try and take the base down here.
Yeah, he's thinking about it now on the main base. So HuK does have his own 4th base and a 5th, but it's not mining. And, well, it's going to be under a lot of pressure soon. And if he can get the disruptor count up again to like the 4 or whatever they had, and actually get some good shots again, his army would do well. But
if it's not mining, is it yoursing?
Wow, what a joke. Oh, that's an amazing joke, Rifkin.
Thanks, Zombie Grub.
Back to you.
No, back to you.
No, back to you.
All right, well, we're going to go to Jessica in the field. Jessica, how's it going out there?
Well, Graham. No, it's really weird if you just say my real name.
Well, I was trying to swap it up because I was already talking to Zombie Grub and I had to change to Jessica, I guess.
Okay, Graham Cracker.
No, thank you. No, thank you. Liberators coming down through the south. Once again, going to find a very small ground army to contest with. So actually leave them in anti-air mode wouldn't have been too bad if you wanted to dedicate to this, but I think he can actually take this on. Like, this is not a really big ground force. There's a couple disruptors, sure, that's scary, but oh, these Time Warpers are going to make it really hard for the bio to split from those disruptors. So HuK's got these out of position. He can't engage this. He's just going to force field it off and take a kill on the command center. I don't know if that's a good choice, though, because now Semper's going to take advantage of this and try and kill the base down here.
A lot of cannons, but the mother core is out of energy now, I think.
Oh, gets the disruptor. One of them. No! Oh, for the bio! Holy! Thank God he focused that down, or he was going to die in one fraction of a second.
Oh, there's still 2 disruptors left over. They could get those really money shots here, but.
Oh man, he's got to watch out with that bio once again. But he dives in and focuses it, so the bio lives once again. This is how you need to play against those disruptors.
This entire game, man.
It's like watching an AI evolve, except it's Semper just getting better, and game number 1 is going to go to Semper.
That was cool. I mean, first he was just trying to run away, then he learned how to split, and then he learned how to focus him down.
That's my favorite game we cast. A, you got to see Semper learn. B, you got to see overpowered disruptor shots. C, you got to see Liberators fail and be successful. Like, there was a lot of cool things done in that game. But my favorite thing is, and that might be the first time in Legacy of the Void, we really had somebody, like, play against another player with skill being the primary focus, not unit composition or balance. Like, That was really cool to see Semper A grow up over the course of the game, but B, it's not like HuK slouched. It's not like HuK slacked off. He was doing like a lot of cool baits. The composition was good, but Semper overcame, I guess, adversity, caught him off guard twice, and that really worked out well. That was really sexy to watch. I'm not gonna lie. I'm like really happy about that game.
Yeah, it's really cool.
But whether you're cheering for HuK or Semper, don't worry. It's the winners match. In the winners bracket, we saw the losers bracket, fall back, all that good stuff. Gonna hop a small ad break, guys. 2 minutes, we'll get to game number 2, and we'll see you shortly.